Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2016 LSA Basketball State Championships here in Arlington Heights, Illinois. We're at the St. Peter Arlington Heights, the host school for the last, I think, forever, right?
Forever.
Yes. And we're going to have a good one.
I'm looking forward to it, Sam. As we mentioned in the third place game, these two teams really kind of put themselves a little bit above everyone else. They've been winning by almost 30 points. Both teams have been averaging in the 60s and holding their opponents to in the 20s. So we're looking for a great game tonight. We got some big boys. They're looking like high schoolers, to be honest. But this is exciting. This is why we do this here at LSA. What a great day. And I would like to just congratulate the Lady Bobcats from Palatine for winning the girls' championship a couple minutes ago. And we're going to crown a boys' champion in about an hour.
Well, with everything you've said, this should be a fantastic way to end a fantastic day of basketball.
Excellent.
Let's meet these two teams real quick. First, for the team that will be the visitors on the scoreboard, the Crusaders of Rockford Lutheran Junior High, coming in with a record of 39-2. So they got 3 more wins, make that 42-2. Coached by Brian Cube. The last appearance at the state tournament was last year. Took a second place.
They did an excellent job last year. This school, too, is just, they bring their 8th graders to the tournament. Rumor was that this team actually beat that team last year that took second place.
And let's talk about how they got here over the last couple days. Round 1 beat Good Shepherd Collinsville 66-12. Second round beat Chester, who we saw in the 5th and 6th place game, 78-30. And in round 3, beat St. Peter Arlington Heights 51-27. And for the home team on the board today will be the Comets of Christ Peoria. With 3 wins in the tournament gives them a record of 34-1. Last appearance last year, 2015, took a 3rd place. Round 1, beat Emmanuel Palatine 66-31. Second round, beat St. John Lombard 52-14. And in the 3rd round, beat Our Savior Springfield 65-26. These teams have not played yet this year, but I kind of think at the beginning of the year, everyone knew that it would come down to these two.
I think so, and this is actually a rematch from last year's semifinal, where Peoria was actually the 1 seed and Rockford was the 4. A little mini upset, but I'm looking forward to an excellent game. And we got about, they're going to turn the clock off, and I think we're going to get the announcements pretty soon.
And we'll
Good
be back with
evening.
you
On behalf of the Lutheran Sports Association of Illinois, I would like to welcome you to St. Peter Lutheran School in Arlington Heights and to the boys' championship game for the state of Illinois. We would also like to welcome all of our guests from around the world watching us on the internet at www.luthsports.org. 2 announcements before we begin. 1, as is currently, for the interest of the safety of the players and fans, we ask the front row of seating, which is currently open, to stay open for the duration of this game. So please, no seating on that front row. Next, the LSA would ask that all participants and spectators conduct themselves in a God-pleasing manner before, during, and after this basketball game. The LSA Sportsmanship Award will be presented this weekend to the school whose behavior of its players, coaches, and fans best demonstrates Christian sportsmanship. On to the game. Today's game features the guest team on the scoreboard, the Crusaders from Rockford Lutheran School. And they'll be facing the home team on the scoreboard, the Comets from Christ Peoria. First, let's meet the Crusaders. Rockford comes to us with a record of 39 wins and 2 losses. They are the champions of the Northern Conference. They are champions of the Saint Shootout, the Freeport MLK Tournament, the Rockford Lutheran Tournament, the Northern Conference Tournament, the Emmanuel Knights Tournament, the DLR Oregon Tournament, the Dog Pound Classic, and the Route 31 Tournament. The tournament road for the Crusaders for this tournament included wins over Emmanuel Palatine, St. John's Lombard, and Our Savior Springfield. Let's meet first the non-starters. Number 1, George Williams. Number 10, Matthew Bucher. Number 15, Devin Scott. Number 25, Justin Caritas. Number 32, Aiden Rowe. Number 34, Jalen Jones. Number 35, Trey Malone. Number 43, Joel Fambro. And now the starters for Rockford. At 1 guard, 5 feet 7 inches tall, number 3, Zach Reidenbach. At another guard, 5 feet 8 inches tall, number 14, Eric Nystrom. Another guard, 5 feet 7 inches tall, number 23, Bryce Brogy. At a forward, standing 6 feet 2, number 33, Carivis Brown. Another forward, standing 6 feet 2, number 44, Sam Scott. The Crusaders are coached by Brian Cubey, manager Tyson Cubey, statistician Wyatt Cubey. And now for the Comets from Christ Peoria. They come to us with a record of 31-1. They are champions of the Green Park St. Louis Invitational Tournament. They are champions of the Central Illinois Lutheran Conference. They are champions of the Christ Lutheran Peoria Basketball Tournament. Their road to get to this point includes wins over Good Shepherd Collinsville, St. John Chester, and St. Peter Arlington Heights. Let's meet the non-starters first. Number 4, Chancellor Booth. Number 11, Isaac Butler. Number 13, Sean Watson. Number 21, Joe Lamberti. Number 30, Marshawn Tolliver. Number 35, Cameron Scoggins. And number 44, Josh Ivory. Now the starting lineup for the Comets. At a guard, number 15, standing 5 feet 9.5 inches tall, Khalil Denaji. At a forward, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, number 12, Kavion Mack. At a forward, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, number 23, Adam Miller. At another forward, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, number 24, Alexander Hannigan. And at center, standing 6 feet even, number 32, Brody Volrath. The Comets are coached by Terry Mooney Jr., assisted by Terry Mooney Sr. and John Volrath. Before we do every LSA event, we are going to begin this game in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us to the conclusion of a great weekend. Please bless us in this game here today. Be with the players as they compete, giving them the power to do their best. Be with the coaches, referees, officials, and the fans as this game unfolds. Help all of us to display the highest level of competitive sportsmanship and Christian character. In your name we play. Amen.
Oh, man, I've got just one question for you. Are you ready?
I am ready, Sam. Are you?
I am ready. This should be a fantastic game.
This should be a fun one.
So let me run down the starters for you real quick. First of all, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Crusaders from Rockford. Number 3, Reidenbach. 14, Nystrom. 23, Brogy. 33, Brown. And 44, Scott. And for the Comets, number 12, Mack. 15, Dengi. 23, Miller. 24, Hangen. And 32, Volrath.
Here we go, Sam.
One dribble, and here's the up, and we are underway here in this 2016 championship game. Here's a left-handed take to the basket by Reidenbach, and he gets the Crusaders off to a quick start.
Good way to start the game with a tip play to get the layup.
Here's a left-handed runner in the lane for number 23, Adam Miller. Missed it, tried to get his own rebound, and committed the foul.
Great rebound by Scott. He really controlled that ball and caused that foul.
And that foul was on number 15, Khalil Dengi, his first, team first.
Full court press by the Comets.
Well, we know Peoria likes to get after it, especially with their speed and agility. Here's a left-handed floater for Rockford, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kavion Mack. He's going to make his way to the lane. Tried to go up with the left hand and was fouled. On his way to the cup. He'll go to the line for 2.
Sam, we better not blink because we're going to miss a layup or something. These guys are flying up and down the court.
And no disrespect to any team we've seen so far today. This is just another level, even in the first 30 seconds. Mack's first free throw is up and short. And coming into today, Mack was 104 from the free throw line. It's only 25%.
We've mentioned free throws are huge, especially in a game like this. This one's going to be a close one.
And he sinks the second.
Good job of getting that ball in right away before they can put the press on.
Here's Reidenbach after the deep inbound pass from Brogy. Speaking of Brogy, hands off to Nystrom. Nystrom to the corner. Finds Scott. Scott in the lane to Reidenbach. Had the ball taken away. And we're going to have a jump ball as Carvius Brown tried to corral the ball underneath the basket and was tied up by the Comets. It'll be Comet basketball.
Very physical play down low. Looks like Rockford's going to put a little pressure on as well.
Here is Miller. Miller into the lane with a left-handed runner. No good. Offensive board by Hannigan. Had it knocked away once, twice, and was fouled on the second time up. And the Comets will shoot 2 more. Comets as a team shooting 50%, 10 of 20 coming into the contest today. Hannigan's first free throw is up and good, tying the ball game at 2. Entering the game is number 44, Josh Ivory. Ivory should give the Comets a little more height underneath the basket as the second free throw is up and no good, but rebound put back by Adam Miller.
Got to get that rebound on the free throw.
And speaking of Adam Miller, he reaches in on Sam Scott.
I know both teams play this very physical man with the pressure, but you got to be careful to not get in foul trouble in an important game like this.
Here is Nystrom trying to knife his way to the basket, had it knocked away before he could go up with it. Last touch by the Comets.
Both teams are just attacking that basket. We haven't, I don't think, seen a three-point shot. Our third place game, they were shooting them left and right. We may not see one tonight.
The inbounds pass nearly got away from Reidenbach out of bounds. They'll swing it back up top to Nystrom. Nystrom, left hand, off the left side. Nice bounce pass. 3-ball, high arcing 3 from Brogy was no good, and the Comets will look to run. Here's a nice move. Jump shot no good by Adam Miller. Rebound Ivory up off the glass and good.
He's going to be a tough one to box out. They really got to box him out.
Here's the inbound pass to Scott. He'll get it up the floor to Brown. Brown with a crossover. Pull-up 3-ball is long. No good. Rebound tapped by Volrath right to the Crusaders. Here's a nice Bounce pass inside by Brogy. Brogy to Reidenbach. Left-handed runner. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for. And finally pulled down by Nystrom. Nystrom to the corner. Now back up to Reidenbach. Reidenbach pump fake. 15-foot jump shot. Left-handed, no good. Rebound pulled down by Alexander Hengen.
Now we got a couple threes shot. Nothing to fall yet.
Hengen hands off to Mack. Mack in the lane to Ivory. Ivory up off the glass and good. Hits the ground hard after the shot. Gets up a limping just a little bit, but the Comets will call a timeout just to be sure.
You know you have a good team, Sam, when your sixth man is like 6'6" and comes off the bench and gives you a rebound putback. So these are two great teams, and 8-2, but it's nice and lively. We're running up and down the court. Like we said before, this is going to be a fun one.
And to have touch like that around the basket, like Ivory does. I mean, took the contact, got tripped on the way down, and still put the bucket in. He's getting this team fired up, that's for sure.
Yes, he did.
8-2, the Comets on top of the Crusaders. I mean, you can't even say a 6-point lead is safe. Not in this one.
No, when you're going to score 60.
I mean, coming into the game today, the high for the Comets was 66. Rockford put up 78 in the second round.
We'll see what kind of defense these teams play. We know they can run up and down the court and score.
Brogy inbounds to newly checked in Christus. Here's a three ball from the near corner. Out of the hand of Nystrom was no good. Nice offensive board by Christus. Back out to Brown. Brown had it knocked away. Last touch by the Comets. It'll be Crusader basketball.
There were 4 guys on Brown when he got the rebound. Peoria's defense is just swarming.
Brogy inbounds to Reidenbach. Now back to Brogy. Left hand to the top of the key. He'll hand off to Nystrom. Nystrom eyes the three, pulls it down, goes to the basket. Right hand blocked by Ivory.
I don't think Rockford's going to drive the lane much more tonight. They did the first 2 minutes, but Ivory wasn't there.
After the block, here's Brown. He'll pull a three from the top of the key, long. Rebound pulled down by Ivory yet again. Here come the Comets. Here's Mack to the basket. Right hand up the left side, no good. Tries to corral his own rebound, does, pulls it back out to the corner. Now inside to Ivory. Ivory right hand on the left side. His is no good. Rebound tapped around, fought for, and finally pulled down by Caritas. Caritas up ahead to Reidenbach. Reidenbach left hand pull-up jumper, good.
He was excited about that one. He slapped his chest. Now he gets the steal.
Reidenbach looks off the defender, throws a high arcing shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Comets. That was Alexander Hengen. Came down with the board and was fouled by Reidenbach as he tried to make his way up the sideline. Make his way to the sideline, I should say.
That was a nice little spark by Reidenbach. He made that basket, got the steal.
Checking in for the Comets is number 23, Adam Miller. Makes his way back onto the floor. Also checked in on the last timeout was Dengi, made his way back in for the Comets as well. There's a no-look pass into the post for Ivory. Ivory, turnaround, no good. And here come the Crusaders, up ahead to Reidenbach. Reidenbach pulls it out when he sees he has no numbers. There's a nice handoff, three ball long off the hand of George Williams. Rebound fought for and finally pulled down by Miller. Miller with a nice move. Gets around the defender, right hand to the left side, no good. Rebound fought for, and Dengi came down with the offensive board, was fouled on his way back up.
Great crossover. We talked earlier in our third place game too about how important rebounding is. Got to limit the shots from each team. The Comets are so fast, they're getting every rebound right now.
Denaji's first free throw is up and long. It was 0 of 2 before taking that third free throw. The Comets, as we mentioned, only a 50% free throw shooting team. The second is up and good, make him 1 for 4 for the tournament. Here's George Williams working on Denaji. Might have carried, got away with one there. Tried to get it over to Brogy. Brogy now up to George Williams again. He'll hit it to the side. Here's a three ball. That one is down the well and good for newly checked in Aiden Rowe.
Great spark off the bench. They needed that three-pointer.
Here's some ball handling by Miller. He'll have a left-handed runner on the right side from the baseline. No good. Rebound pulled down by Rowe. And laying on the ground will call a timeout.
Great.
Hold on to possession.
Great heads-up play by Rowe. A lot of times the coaches will call it. I've done that a couple times this weekend. But the player was rolling on the floor, or not rolling on the floor, sitting on the floor going, timeout, timeout, because Ivory was coming after him. He knew it was going to be a jump ball.
And they also would have given up possession. So I'm not saying he knew that. But the possession arrow was pointing the way of...
Possession's going to be key in this game. So every time you got the ball, you want to keep it. And, I mean, you got 5 timeouts. I know it's still first quarter, and you may need some at the end because this one's going to be a close one. But I think even at this point, because Rockford was down, that was key to keep the ball. We don't want the Comets to score that time. So we'll see if Rockford can take advantage and get a basket here now.
9-7. Comets ahead. Here's a pass picked off. I believe that was Mack, but he stepped out of bounds just in front of the scores table after the interception.
You're not going to do any long passing against the Comets, Sam. That was a risky play. Luckily, he was so fast, he ran out of bounds before he got back in.
Minute 30 here to play in the opening quarter. There's Scott back up top to Williams. Williams directing traffic, had his pass tipped. However, we have an offensive foul and a legal screen on Rowe.
As you can kind of hear in our microphones, I think the Rockford fans weren't too happy with that one.
I didn't actually see the play. All I looked over and saw Rowe laying on the ground. Apparently he moved on a screen.
These guys are moving so fast it's hard to keep up with them.
There comes Hangen, right hand, and he walked. Would have had the pass intercepted anyway, but he turns the ball over to the Crusaders, who still trail by 2. There's Scott getting the inbounds and hands it off to Brogy. Brogy nearly had it knocked away and tried to make a pass down low.
He tried to get that backdoor cut. Nice look, but we got the big foot kicking the ball.
Booker was going to be the recipient of that pass. He checked in on the last dead ball. Williams inbounds to Reidenbach. Now back to Williams.
We're getting a lot of guys playing. With the way they play, you got to have a lot of subs coming in.
Booker now back up top to Brogy. Brogy crosses to the left hand. Runner right hand, long. Rebound pulled down.
That was a tough shot.
Denaji will look to go coast to coast. Has it blocked by Booker, but it looked like he got a part of the hand as well as the ball.
That was a good.
Denaji will go to line
good defensive play, but yes, he ended up getting the wrist. It looked like.
Denaji, 1 of 2 so far today. His free throw is up and good. Checking back in for the Crusaders is Booker, as well as Nystrom. Excuse me, Brown.
As we mentioned, we're going to have a lot of subs because these guys are running up and down. They're going to get real tired.
Najee's second is good, and he's 2 for 2. Nystrom looking to push. Working on Volrath to the basket. Right hand up off the glass and good. He showed no fear going up against Ivory in the middle of the lane there.
Ivory came over a little too slow. Great way to attack that, though.
Here's Mack working on Reidenbacher. Denaji gets inside, hands off to Ivory. Ivory sweeps to the baseline, is met by Nystrom, and he knocks it away. Out of bounds. It'll be Comet ball under the rim.
Nice defensive play by Nystrom to come over on Ivory and knock that ball out of bounds.
Denaji's inbound pass comes out to Hangen. Hangen swings it around to Mack. Mack now back to Hangen.
Looks like they're playing for the last shot of the quarter.
Hangen over to Denaji. And Denaji carried the basketball. Got his hand a little too far underneath that ball.
You got to be careful once in a while when you're playing for that last shot. You're going to give the last shot to the other team.
Here's Nystrom with 7 seconds. Now back over to number 10, Matthew Bucher.
Like you said, these guys aren't afraid of Ivory. Great attack. Maybe Rockford's thinking they can get Ivory in foul trouble. He's got such big wingspan, though. He ended up he did foul him, but he almost blocked the shot.
Bucher makes the first of 2. Has not attempted a free throw up to that last one, and make it 2 for 2, tying the ball game at 11. Here's the quick inbounds pass. Back to, and the long three-pointer out of the hand of Hangen is high off the backboard. And we're pretty much right where we left off to start the game.
More or less 0-0, right?
More or less 0-0.
Instead of 11-11. we knew this was going to be a great game. First quarter did not disappoint. 11-11. Because they scored so much against the other teams, you knew they were going to play some good defense. We're still at a 44-point pace. But both teams are playing great defense. No one's backing down. They are still attacking the basket, even with Ivory, who is 6'5", standing in the middle of the lane trying to block everything. Both teams are moving well. They're playing great defense. You got the full court pressure. But we said because of all that quickness, you're seeing a lot of players. A lot of times in the girls' game, they may only play 5 or 6 in a game. But these boys, there's been 8 or 9 already that have played on both teams. We'll have to keep an eye on, especially this first half, on Rockford. They already have 6 fouls. So Christ Peoria is going to be shooting 1-1 for the whole second quarter.
Inbounding is Williams. Gets it in to Bucher. Bucher handling the ball, now kick to the corner. Nystrom will pull a 3. That one is good. And there's Rockford's first lead of the game.
Great way to start the second quarter to get that first lead.
Miller spins in the lane, up with the left hand. Almost got it to drop, but he'll go to the line for 2.
That would have been a nice response from the 3 to the 3 the old-fashioned way, but let's see if they can get 2 from the free throw line. Miller entered this game 3 of 4, 75% from the free throw line.
A lefty takes a couple dribbles, and the first free throw is up and long, no good. Second free throw is good. 14-12. Only about 20 seconds into the second quarter. And here's Bucher. Bucher lost control, now picks up in the corner. Back long pass out to Williams. Williams with a nice step back dribble. Working on Denaji. Denaji forcing him left. Kills the dribble. Skip pass to Nystrom. Nystrom tried to go up and was grabbed by Hangen on his way. And he'll go to the line for 2 more.
They are passing really well. Nice backdoor cut. We know both teams are so aggressive defensively. You're going to be able to get some backdoor cuts for some baskets.
Nystrom sinks his first free throw of this tournament. And checking back in for the Crusaders is Brogy. He'll replace Bucher, who came in and had a couple nice strong moves to the basket.
Yes, he did.
Second free throw from Nystrom is long. Rebound pulled up by Volrath. Tapped away by Booker. And here come the Comets. 2-on-1. It was 2-on-1, but good transition defense for the Crusaders. As the first layup was missed, second no good. And finally corralled by Brogy. Brogy pushes it up. Nystrom left hand on the left side. Up with the right, no good. Rebound pulled down by Denaji. And Brown tied him up. Previous Brown got his hand in there as Denaji brought it down to his waist.
Neither team is letting you get an easy rebound. You get that rebound, they're going to be all over you.
They're making every facet of this game difficult. Here comes Adam Miller. Nice behind the back dribble. He'll pull it out and set it up. Miller hands it off to Hangen. Hangen back over to Mack. Mack with the crossover, right hand in the lane, no good. Rebound tapped around and finally grabbed by Brown and stolen by Hangen. He goes in and draws the foul on Brown. We'll send him to the line for 2 more.
Looked like Brown was saying I was going straight up. Unfortunately, he was going straight up in the air at him and caused a foul.
That is Brown's second, team 8th. So the Comets will shoot at least a 1-1 the rest of the way.
When you make one mistake, you don't want to make a second. He threw that bad pass, then you don't want to make that foul.
Hangen's free throw is no good. And checking in for Brown is Scott.
Let's go, box up, purple!
We had mentioned the Comets shooting 50% from the line. We had mentioned in a close game, free throws are going to win or lose this game.
Hangen's second is up and good. Cutting the Crusader lead to 2, 15-13.
Let's see if Crusader offense will be a little different now that Ivory's back in the game in the middle.
Here's Williams working on Denaje. Now over to Nystrom. Nystrom to Scott. Scott hands the ball back to Nystrom. Nystrom will go left hand on the left side, kicked out to Williams. Williams will pull a 3-pointer. That one's long. Weird carom off the backboard. And allowed Brogy to get the offensive board before Ivory pulled down his jumper. And here's an errant pass. 2 errant passes. Now to Nystrom, 1-on-3. Over to Scott. Ball was partially tipped on the pass. And we've got ourselves another jump ball. It'll stay down at this end with the Crusaders.
These players are so fast, they can't get any passes off to each other. Pass here, steal. Pass here, steal. These guys are so quick defensively.
Booker will replace George Williams, who came in and showed that he can really handle the basketball.
He did an excellent job at the point. He'll get his quick breather. I bet he'll be back in a minute or 2.
There's Mack with the steal on the inbounds pass. He'll go to the lane. Right hand up off the glass and good. Tying the game at 15 is Mack. After a nice defensive play on the other end, it looks like we've got...
Nystrom came up hobbled a little bit.
And right now he's keeled over in pain on the bench.
I don't know if he knocked knees or something. I didn't see it. All of a sudden he kind of went towards that doorway and then came hobbling.
Either way, Rowe checks in for him. And just as Booker crossed the timeline, he was grabbed by Denaje. Excuse me, not Denaje, Adam Miller. That's his second, team 5th. Here's Reidenbach for 3, good. Reidenbach extends the lead to 3. And here's Miller down the left side, went up to shoot the ball and was fouled by Booker. And really, it's just back and forth.
They are attacking on every play. I know Rockford just hit a 3, but we're not seeing a lot of 3s. Everything's attack, especially on the Peoria side. I'm not sure if they've shot one yet. They keep attack, attack, attack. Rockford's got 9 fouls. You might as well keep attacking, I guess.
Miller's first free throw is in and out. So with 3.5 to play, every foul from here on out is 2 shots for the Comets.
They're going to keep attacking.
Going to keep attacking. Miller's second is short. Grabbed by Hannigan on the offensive board. He flips a shot up and good. Wasn't even looking and just flipped it up and made it.
Well, he kind of leaned in, tried to get a foul called. He was looking for one, but yeah, that was a nice little flip shot.
There's Reidenbach, left hand, into the middle of the lane. Now a handoff to Rowe. Rowe back into the middle with Scott. Scott with the left hand and blocked by Ivory. Picked up by Mack. Mack one-on-one with Rowe on the other end. Right hand up off the glass, no good. Rebound, tried to get pulled down by Miller, and we're going to have a push. That'll be Miller's third.
That was a great box out by Brogy to create that foul. Now Peoria's got 6, so Rockford's going to be shooting 1-on-1, and we're still halfway through the second quarter.
3 minutes to play. Volrath checks in for Miller. Mentioned a second ago, picked up his third.
We mentioned Rockford's not afraid of attacking Ivory, but Ivory's got 4 or 5 blocks already.
And they're going to let Scott handle the ball up to Ivory. Ivory meets him just in front of the three-point line. Rockford fans calling for a double dribble. Here's Brogy working on Hangen. Now a ball out to Rowe. Rowe launches a three over the hand of Volrath. There's Bucher with a nice pass underneath the Scott, blocked by Ivory. And here comes Dengen. Had his pass blocked. Now Reidenbach the other way. He'll kick it out. There's a three ball from Brogy. That's good.
What great ball movement by Rockford. Attack and kick out. They've got blocked a couple times by Ivory, so let's see how that three goes, and it happened.
Zanaji out to Hannigan. Hannigan to the basket. A lot of contact underneath, no call. And now we have a scrum on the floor. And both sides not very happy with all the contact and no whistles. This one, you got to watch out for this one getting out of control.
When you're driving that hard, there's going to be contact. I mean, we have 15 fouls, Sam. The refs are calling this game tight. You can't call everything, though, because it's every play they're attacking.
Here's Hannigan to inbound, finds Mack. Mack met by Brogy. Mack hands off to Hannigan. Hannigan working on Reidenbach. Reidenbach threw his body in front, and he's going to get called for the block. And Hannigan's going to shoot two, as the Comets are now in the double bonus.
So it looked like there was a block before the shove. We had a lot of Rockford fans looking for the push-off, which there was, but a lot of times there's a foul possibly before the push-off.
Hannigan's first free throw is up and good. 21-18, 2:08 here to play in the first half. Hannigan's second free throw is up and good. 2-point Crusader lead. Now with just 2 minutes to play. Here's Brogy, had it knocked away by Hannigan. Regains possession now over to Brown. Brown working on Volrath, crosses over, has the ball taken away by Mack. Mack splits two defenders, on his way to the cup, loses control, out of bounds. Looked like he was going to have an easy layup and just couldn't corral it.
That's kind of one that, I'm throwing it before I catch it type of thing. He was making the layup before he was able to grab it and take his 2 steps.
Brogy up ahead to Brown, met by Volrath. Kills the dribble inside to Scott, poked away by Mack, and we're going to have a foul. I'm not sure who the foul was on.
He came out of nowhere.
And we have a foul on Ivory. I guess the foul came while he was gaining position.
Matt came out to poke, but I think maybe Ivory kind of held a shoulder.
And Caritas checks back in for the Crusaders, replacing Brown. 1-1.
If I was Rockford, I'd go at Ivory. He's got 2.
Scott's free throw is up and no good. Pulled down by Ivory. Here comes Hannigan, up ahead to Mack. Mack looked like he carried the ball. However, Reidenbach stuck his knee out, causing that. Again, you're not going to be able to call all the contact.
I think that's what the Peoria fans were thinking the same thing, Sam.
Here's Reidenbach working on Mack. Left hand now hand off to Caritas. Caritas up top to Brogy. Scott working in on Ivory. Scott's turnaround one-hander, no good. Up to Mack.
That was a nice shot against Ivory. I was surprised Ivory didn't block that.
Reidenbach tried to grab the loose ball along the sideline and throw it off of Mack. However, he stepped on the sideline.
Great hustle by both teams.
Before getting rid of the basketball, yes. And we're going to have a push-off on Hannigan. Trying to separate himself from Reidenbach. Pushed off.
We mentioned this already. It is a very physical game. Got a little bumping, little shoving.
And no free throws on that one because it was a player control foul. So it'll be Rockford ball on the sideline. And here is Bucher in the lane, tried to get a pass across to Scott, couldn't. And Ivory knocked the ball away from Scott as he tried to corral the loose ball along the sideline. .67 ticks here to play in the first half. And neither of these teams have disappointed at all. 21-19, Crusaders in front. Pass inside to Scott, working on Ivory. Ivory goes straight up, disrupts the shot, and the Comets come down with the rebound. Here goes Hangen, 1-on-3. Up off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Scott, and here come the Crusaders. Up ahead. Reidenbach, left hand on the left side, good.
Like I said, don't blink, Sam. You're going to miss a basket.
Najee up ahead to Hangen. Hangen, skip pass over to Mack, nearly picked off by Brogy. Mack picks up a nice screen from Ivory, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Now back up top to Hangen. He'll set it up with 25 seconds to play here in the half.
All right, Coach Mooney's calling for something. I'm thinking they may hold it for the last shot.
Hangen now looking to work with 14 seconds left. Hands off to Mack. Mack into the lane. His pull-up 15-footer is good.
Great pick by Ivory. What a great shot.
There's Scott looking inbound. Gets it over to Booker. Booker with 2 seconds. One now up ahead. And we're going to have a foul on Hangen as Brogy caught the pass on the sideline with maybe half a second left.
He wasn't going to get that shot off, Sam.
Hangen bailed him out.
Now you're going to give him maybe 2 free points. It is a 1-and-1, though. They may get lucky, or they could give up 2 points.
And not only that, that's Hangen's third. So as Matt mentioned, it's a 1-and-1. Brogy will shoot these by himself, misses the free throw. So you want to say no harm. However, that's 3. That's 3 more on Hangen, you know?
Yeah, so Rockford is probably somewhat pleased with Hannigan with his third, but they would have liked to have gotten 2 more points on that scoreboard. We said with a game this close, every point matters. Free throws are going to matter as well. 23-21, like you said, championship game, not disappointing.
And we'll be back with what should be an exciting finish after these messages. And we're back here with the second half of the LSA basketball championships here in 2016 in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And we've had a good one so far. The championship game here, the visitors on the scoreboard, the Crusaders of Rockford, have a 23-21 lead over the Comets from Christ Peoria. It's been back and forth. It's been fast. It's been physical. All things that we knew were going to happen. But, I mean, it's just been so much more. You know what I mean?
Yes, it has, Sam. Like you said, we were all anticipating this game. These 2 teams cruised through the tournament this weekend. We knew this was going to be a fun one. But, you know, I'm almost out of breath, and we still got another half to call. As we mentioned, I mean, this is like a track game. Every time a rebound goes, ball's at half court before I can blink. And it's exciting. As a basketball fan, it's fun. As a Lutheran school teacher, I love watching these kids and the talents God has given them. It's just a lot of fun.
Don't forget, if you're tuning in with us right now, you can follow the LSA on social media. First of all, like us on Facebook at Lutheran Sports Association of Illinois. We're also on Twitter at LuthSports. Our hashtag for this weekend is LSABB2016. And if you're watching online, you already know the place to be is www.luthsports.org. Don't want to miss the end of this one. I mean, it's been back and forth pretty much the entire time as the Comets take the floor to warm up before the second half. Only thing that concerns me for the Comets is the foul trouble. We've got a couple guys with 3. Rockford had had a couple more fouls in the half. However, I think their bench is a little deeper. Yeah,
and they're maybe spreading it out. We mentioned that last foul right at the buzzer, giving the one player 3 fouls. Hangen, he got 3 now. We got to keep an eye on that. We mentioned this is going to be a close game, so a couple things are going to happen. First, you got to keep yourself on the court without foul trouble, but because of all the fouls, you got to make your free throws. Rockford, we mentioned, had a lot of fouls to start. Peoria was shooting a lot of free throws in that first half. They were shooting about 50% to come into the game, and then they're about shooting 50% for tonight, too. But it's going to come down with a 2-point game at half. It may come down to a free throw, or it may come down from one of your starters not being on the floor in the fourth quarter.
And as you said, a couple guys for the Comets have 3. Hangen has 3. Miller has 3. Both starters for that team. But we'll see how the second half shakes out as it should absolutely be a good one.
And both teams walking out on the court. They're coming towards us for the inbound of the second half.
And don't forget,
we got 12 minutes to a championship.
And don't forget, if you are a parent or a family member of one of these players, you will get a DVD in approximately 3 weeks. Each participant and coach will get a free copy.
That is great to have too, Sam. Great memory for these kids.
So here's Brogy with the left hand, looking to get a bounce pass into Scott. He's met by Volrath. Volrath back down by Scott, and Scott scores underneath.
Great post move. Maybe already they're thinking foul trouble. He kind of backed away on that post move by Scott.
There's Denaje, now over to Mack. Mack guarded by Brogy. Now back outside to Miller. Miller's free ball's long. Rebound pulled down by Hangen. He'll go up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 more. He's been living at the line so far today.
This will be his 7th free throw. He is 4 of 6 already. We said free throws are key.
And the first free throw is short. We said free throws are key.
Let's go, rebound.
And Rockford's fouling quite a bit.
Yeah, so the Comets for sure, they're going to win this game if they can make some free throws.
Second free throw is up and good for Hangen. 25-22, Crusaders on top. Here's Brown. He'll bring the ball up with the right hand across the timeline, working on Hangen. He'll pull it back out. Kills the dribble, now finds Nystrom on a backdoor. Now instead goes to Scott. His layup is no good. Pulled down by Miller. Miller crosses up Reidenbach. He'll go to the lane, left hand up over the middle, no good. Fights for his own rebound, grabs it, tries to go up, had it blocked. Now up ahead to Reidenbach. Reidenbach, left hand up off the glass and good.
And he bounces right off the floor to put some pressure on the ball. What a great play.
Here comes Miller trying to answer back. He'll go left hand, tries to go across the lane to Volrath, had the ball intercepted. And that'll be Denaje with the first foul of the half for the Comets. That's his second, team first. And here comes Nystrom with the left hand. Has his pass tipped on the way to Scott. Scott tries to fight up a jumper, a layup. Won't go. Pulled down by Hangen.
Those are hard layups being contested, but the little things too. You got to make those layups. We've gone 3 back to back to back.
Miller,
what a great 3-pointer!
Deep 3 and knocks it down.
These guys got to start making their easy putback layups too, though.
Here's Brogy, double team. That ball's going to be stolen by Mack. Mack on the way to the lane. Right hand up off the glass. No good. Rebound by Hangen. Hangen up on Brown. No good. Rebound fought for and pulled down by Denaje in the far corner. He picks up the dribble now up top to Mack.
Great hustle by both teams.
Now over to Miller. Miller will launch another 3. That one's no good. Volrath taps it out to Nystrom, and Nystrom's going to throw it up ahead to Brown. Brown switches directions. Tries to go up and traveled.
These guys are going so fast, once in a while they're going to travel.
And Ivory will check back in for the Comets. Ivory has really been a force underneath and changing shots as well as blocking them, especially with the big man Scott. Scott is replaced by 25, Justin Caritas. And the ball is intercepted on the inbounds pass from Denaje. Brown misses the layup. And here comes Mack with a nice in-between-the-legs dribble. He looks to speed up. Ivory in the lane, up off the glass, no good. Tries to get his own rebound, tapped away by Brown, and Ivory hits the deck hard.
Bodies are flying everywhere.
Here comes Reidenbach, left hand up off the glass and good. Nice look away of Miller, because Miller was looking to pin that shot on the glass. Here comes Denaje, and he is reached in on.
What a great player Reidenbach is. I think he's got 13. He had 9. He had 9 in the first half. I think he's gotten 4 already.
That fouls on number 23. Bryce Brogy. That's only his first, team second. 29-25. Rockford leading Peoria. Here's a pass tipped away by Brogy. Up ahead to Reidenbach. Reidenbach, right hand up off the right side and good.
Great steal and pressure.
Here's Miller working on Brown. He'll pull up for another deep 3. Long, no good. Rebound pulled down by Denaje. Denaje was pushed in the back by Reidenbach. And that'll be the 3rd foul for the Crusaders.
Reidenbach's playing so well right now. We can't have those kind of silly fouls on those rebounds.
And here's Williams replacing Reidenbach. That's Reidenbach's third.
That's his third. They need him on the court. He's been such a great spark plug in the second half.
And here's an errant pass from Denaje as he was looking for Mack on the sideline, just threw it out of bounds. And Coach Mooney doesn't like what he's seeing, and he's going to call a full timeout.
Both teams don't want, we said this was going to be a close game. You really don't want a team to get on a roll to spread it out too much. Both teams want to keep it close.
31-25. Crusaders up 6. And really, so far it's just been runouts for Rockford.
They're getting great rebounds, and yeah, they're flying. They're so quick. We got a couple rebounds, and the Reidenbach, they're just throwing it down to him. He's making layups, or he's stealing the ball at half court. He's doing a great job tonight. Scott has no points, but he's getting great rebounds. He's doing the outlet passes.
And he's talking about Sam Scott, who really has had to battle with Ivory.
Right.
You know, Ivory comes in with about 4 minutes to play in each, the beginning of each half here so far. And he's really a force to be reckoned with underneath. No easy task for Scott.
No, you're just trying to get a rebound. Help your team out any way you can.
There's a little full court pressure from the Comets. Brogio across the timeline with the left hand. He'll hand off to Nystrom. Nystrom couldn't corral it. And it'll be Comet basketball.
Rockford putting some pressure on.
The inbound to Miller. The lefty Miller crosses the timeline with the right hand, picks up a screen from Volrath. There's a swing pass, or a skip pass all the way to the other side to Mack. Mack almost lost control. Now tried to get it into Ivory. Ivory tips it out to Miller, probably not purposefully. Here's Miller with the net. Tried to cross over Brown. Went off a Brown shoe. Picks it up. Now to Mack. Mack drives the lane. Right hand up off the left side and good. Little defensive breakdown there as a loose ball pulled two Crusaders away.
Yeah, loose ball kind of throws your defense for a loop.
And here's Brown catching the pass up ahead, and he runs over Miller for the offensive foul, and that'll be Brown's third.
Kind of hit him on the shoulder, but he did kind of plow through him. You had mentioned the last possession about a skip pass. I'm not sure if either team should be doing skip passes on how quick each defense is.
Speaking of long passes, here's a long inbound pass to Miller over the top of Nystrom. Miller working on Williams. Has a little bit of a height advantage, crosses over, spin move. Fall away left-handed jumper, no good. Rebound tapped around, fought forward, last touch by Ivory. It'll be Crusader basketball.
Great defense by Williams. Like you said, I think he's given him at least 6 inches, but he played some great defense there.
And here are the Crusaders looking to break the press. Scott will bring it across the timeline.
Oh,
hands
he
off
did.
to Williams, and Williams stepped over. And it'll be over and back to the Comets.
Our table is almost right on half court. I wasn't quite sure. It looked like he did step on the half court line. The ref saw it, and it's over back.
Here's Mack. After the turnover, working on Brogy. Hands off to Hangen. Hangen now over to Ivory. Ivory over to Miller. Miller with the pump fake, jab step, now crossover. Almost had it picked by Williams.
Great defense by Williams.
And we have a jump ball. It'll stay on this end, however. But still great defense by Williams, staying in front of Miller with those quick crossovers.
He brings so much energy off that bench. He's playing a great job defensively. He's being the point guard too. What a great player.
Here's Hangen. He'll inbound to Miller. Miller drives the lane with the left hand off the glass, no good. Ivory with the tip put back, good. And we've got ourselves a 2-point ball game, 31-27 Crusaders. Here's Bucher, try to get it over to Scott. Pass was kind of low. A lot of pressure from the Comets there in the post.
Very physical down low.
Here's Rowe with the step back three. Nice rebound by Volrath. Here comes Hangen. He'll hand it off to Mack. Mack pulls it out, working on Brogy. He'll pull up right hand in the lane, around and down. That hit every part of the rim before making its way through.
Yes, it did. What an attack, and we got a tie ball game with 1 minute to go in the third quarter.
Here's Booker. He finds Scott. Scott, one hand, tried to go over the top of Ivory, could not. And they're going to say the ball was not tipped, and it'll be Comet basketball.
Well, when you see Ivory running at you, you're gonna short it. He did throw it over Ivory's hand. Ivory never tipped it. He's going to change every shot taken.
And we're under a minute here to play in the third quarter, as I believe that was Miller tried to throw a bounce pass to Volrath. Might have been tipped out of bounds. However, it'll be Crusader basketball. And here's Brogy with 51 seconds to play here in the opening quarter of the second half. And Booker tried to make a cross-court pass. However,
coach called the timeout first.
And we've got I believe this is going to be a 30-second timeout, as both teams will stay on the floor. Well, we have a second. I know someone pretty close to you.
Yes.
Coached you at one point. The LSA would like to congratulate Neil Bertram for his induction into the Illinois High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. And he was your freshman baseball coach at Rockford.
Yes, he was. I went to Rockford Lutheran for my freshman year in high school before I moved to Wisconsin. And he was my freshman baseball coach. And he is a committee member at the LSA. I've been a committee member with him for many, many years now. Great coach, and then also now a friend at the LSA. Congratulations, Neil.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations, Neil Bertram, for your introduction into the Illinois High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. So here's Williams on the inbound after the timeout. Williams with the crossover, working on Mack. Now to the corner to Scott. Scott skips up top to Rowe. Rowe with the pump fake, now over to Brogy. Brogy back to Williams in the far side corner. Now swing pass to Rowe. Rowe met by Volrath. Scott now Rowe. Back up top to Brogy. Brogy.
I think this is the longest anyone's held the ball.
Scott swung out.
They're looking for the last shot. We got 18 seconds left in the quarter.
Brogy hands off to Williams. Williams now just 13 seconds to play. Gets it down into the post. Here's a left-handed runner. No good. Rebound tapped around. Fought for. Pulled down by Ivory. Tried to get it ahead to Hannigan. Was tipped 5-4. Hannigan will move up. He'll take a deep three. That one is short. And we'll go to the fourth, all knotted at 31. Again,
it's not disappointing. We knew this was happening. I was talking to people at halftime just in the hallway. I'm out of breath already. We still got another quarter or more. But yeah, what an exciting game. Like we said, what a great way. The LSA State Tournament's excellent. Both teams are playing really hard, very physical, but they're so fast. Both schools should be really proud of these two teams, and I'm just looking forward to an excellent 6 minutes, and as we mentioned, maybe even more.
And you can hear it's not overly loud for a tie ball game going into the fourth quarter. Do you think both sides are just a little nervous because it's been so back and forth and it's flip-flopping leads? I know Rockford has had the lead now for the last about quarter and a half, but now it's tied again.
Now it's tied, so if I'm Rockford, I'm like, okay, getting maybe a little nervous, but we got a packed house, a good crowd. Just wait. This crowd will get ruckus with a couple minutes to go, especially if it's tied still.
And the fouls, not as many as we had in the first half. 4 fouls for the Crusaders, only 1 for the Comets so far.
We had at least the Comets were in the bonus already going into the second quarter. So they've kind of cleaned it up. They knew that both teams have realized that the refs were calling a tight game, and they're playing accordingly.
Here's Nystrom to inbound just in front of our table. Gets it into Williams. Williams tried to go back to Nystrom, had it stolen by Hannigan. Hannigan working back, goes to the lane, right hand on the left side, no good. And Williams set up for the charge and really threw that shot off. Here's Williams with the jab step, now pulled back, guarded by Hannigan yet again. Hannigan standing up pretty tall, letting Williams just kind of dribble himself out at the top. Here's Nystrom, left hand into the lane, going up on Ivory. Nice block by Ivory. Rebound tapped around and fought by Caritas. Caritas throws up off the side of the backboard, nothing.
He was looking for a foul. He was on the other side of the basket. He was just looking for a foul.
Here's Miller with the pull-up left-hand runner is good. And the Comets have the lead back at 33-31.
All right, we got Reidenbach back in the game. He's got 3 fouls. He was that spark in that third quarter. Let's see if we can get him a couple buckets.
Williams with a nice crossover, got in the lane and kicked it back out to Caritas. far side. Now into the post to Reidenbach. Hands it back off to Caritas. Caritas fights his way up and was fouled by Mack, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. My apologies, that foul was actually on Miller. And that'll be his 4th with just under 5 minutes to play. Really the offensive catalyst for them so far.
Yes.
First free throw for Caritas is no good.
Hangen going to the bench with 4 fouls.
My apologies, Hangen has the 4. That would have been Miller's had it been on Miller. He's 23. My apologies.
As you mentioned, Hangen's playing well. He's rebounding. He's bringing the ball up.
And he's playing great on-ball defense, especially on Reidenbach and Williams. So here's Miller.
Coach Mooney calling out a play.
Met at the top by 2 Rockford defenders. Now over to Mack. Mack dribbling it out. Comets with a 1-point lead. 4:38 to play here in regulation. Here's a nice jab step for Miller. He'll look to get the ball back to Ivory. Ivory couldn't handle it. And the Crusaders are looking to push. Brown up ahead. Finds Reidenbach. Pump fake. Lost control. Volrath with the steal. Volrath up ahead to Miller. Miller, left-hand runner. Good.
What a nice left-hand runner.
And the Comets will take a timeout.
Coach Mooney looks like he's taking a 30-second timeout.
Possibly just to slow things down to give his guys a chance to breathe.
They're running up so fast.
Up 3, yeah.
It's nice to have that 3-point lead. He's probably got a lot of timeouts still. You know you're going to need them, but you got to give your guys some breathers with 4:18 to go. You know it's going to continue to be a track meet up and down for the last 4:18.
Let's go, purple!
Just 4:18 to play here in this championship game. Sam Krul alongside Coach Matt Gutzler. And it's been a pleasure to bring you this fantastic game so far.
What an excellent game, living up to its billing.
Here's Brown in the lane, goes up high, off the glass and good.
Another inch or two, it looked like he was ready to dunk that thing.
I thought he was going to two-hand flush it. Here's Miller driving in on Brown, his left-hand runner, no good. Rebound fought for and finally pulled down by Scott, and we're going to have a foul on Miller reaching in, and that'll be his 4th.
Coach Mooney's trying to calm his boys down, saying, guys, we got to stay on the court. We can't be fouling out. He's got 2 now with 4. We mentioned at the beginning of the second half that Peoria was going to have some possible foul trouble.
Now Hangen with 4 replaces Miller, who also has 4.
Peoria is not at...
And Hangen steps in and fouls out immediately. And Reidenbach looks like he got away with one there. Maybe a little acting job.
A lot of times, you know, coaches say, go at a guy normally on the offensive end, not on the defensive end.
So Hangen fouls out with his 5th. And here comes Miller.
We talked about Reidenbach being a great scorer. He's a great just basketball mind of trying to get that guy fouled out, and he did.
Inbound to Scott. Now back to Brown. As that's Miller with his 4 guarding Brown. Brown's going to look to go right at him. Now the handoff to Nystrom. Nystrom in the lane. Flips up a shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Scott. And Ivory went for the block. Fouls Scott, and Scott scores. He'll go to the line to try to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
Ivory played great defense on the first play and created the missed shot. But then on the rebound on the other side of the hoop, he came over. He was trying to say, hey, ref, I was going straight up. But I think he caught him on the arm.
Scott's free throw is up and good, giving the Crusaders a 2-point lead here with 3.5 to play. sorry about that. That last foul actually was not on Ivory. It was on Denaje. That's his third. Here's Miller, runner in the lane. That left it short.
They got to back off.
And Denaje commits his fourth.
Both teams have been very aggressive on the rebounds and things, but Peoria right now, because they're in foul trouble, they got to back off just a little bit.
To back off, and that actually is their 6th team foul. So Rockford shoots a 1-and-1 the rest of the way. And replacing Caritas, and checking back in for the Crusaders.
Miller switching up. He knows he can't get a 5th foul.
So here comes Brown working on Volrath. He'll go to the basket on Ivory. Runner no good. Rebound tapped around and last touched by the Comets. It'll be Crusader ball underneath.
Ivory messed with that shot again. He's everywhere in the middle.
Here's a long inbounds pass. That one's stolen by Mack, knocked away. And here's Nystrom picking up the loose ball. He'll get into the lane. Hard bounce pass to Scott. Scott, 5-foot jumper is good. And here come the Comets with just under 3 to play. Mack making his way in, and he's fouled by Reidenbach. That's his 4th. And that would be a huge loss for the Crusaders, and they're going to pull him right now.
Yep, Williams was sprinting to the scorer's table. Reidenbach's like, sub. I don't want to get my 5th. We had mentioned foul trouble and free throws. 2:46 till we crown a champion.
Inbounds pass to Volrath. Now back to Miller. Miller with a nice jab step. He'll pull up off the glass and good.
Nice attack. Nice left-hand shot.
39-37. Crusaders still on top. Mack guarding Williams. Williams now hands off to Brogy. Brogy guarded by Denaje. Denaje has 4. Scott working his way in the lane on Ivory. And we're going to... Oh, we have blood. Blood.
Wow.
Scott has a pretty substantial cut on his right knee, and that's what the stoppage of play was for.
The front part of his calf is almost all red. He's got a nice stream right down the middle. Coach is going right after him to get him back in. He doesn't have any assistant coaches. He's got his 2 sons as managers.
Here's Brogy. He'll take a long 2. That one's short. And Miller with the defensive board. He'll go the other way. Up on Nystrom. Pump off the glass and good to tie the game at 39.
Miller's pumped up with that basket.
Denaje with another, I don't know how to say it, not very smart foul.
No, and Coach Mooney's halfway out onto the court yelling at him going, what are you doing? So,
and that's Denaje's 5th. So Denaje leaves the game.
We mentioned that Rockford is deeper than Peoria. We'll see how this goes in the last 2:16.
And checking in for the Comets for the first time is number 30, Marshawn Tolliver. Brogy to the line for a 1-and-1. Reidenbach went to the scores table to check in and is now headed back to the bench. And I think there's a little confusion as to who the last foul was called on for Rockford. They flashed 33 up on the scoreboard, meaning that Brown would have 4 fouls. But really that foul was on Reidenbach, so I think they're trying to figure out who actually has 4.
Yeah, the coach and the ref were talking.
Here's Brogy's first free throw is up and good. Breaking the tie, making it a 40-39 ball game.
That was his first free throw of the weekend. What a great free throw shot.
And Scott was bandaged up quickly as he runs back into a spot on the lane.
Coach is talking to Reidenbach. It looks like he's coming in now.
Brogy's second free throw is up and good. Reidenbach will replace Williams. Now if you're Peoria, do you go right at Reidenbach this time down the floor?
You may have to. We'll see if he kind of plays a little softer, plays a little smarter.
Here's a step back 3 from Miller. That one's good.
Miller's getting excited.
42-41. Comets up top. Nystrom up top to Brogy. Brogy swings it around to Reidenbach. Reidenbach tries to answer with a 3 and does.
Back at you, Miller. We're getting some trash talking.
And Bucher almost had a steal on the other end on the inbounds pass, but stepped out of bounds.
Miller and Reidenbach just going back and forth at each other. 3 for 3.
Here comes Miller, working on Bucher.
Looking
Nice
for the
handle.
screen on
It's a
Ivory.
screen from Ivory. Nice head fake. Up in the lane, up off the glass, and good. So you said it. Miller and Reidenbach both with 4 fouls going right at each other. Here's Ivory, almost with the steal. Miller the other way. Pulls up from 15. Good.
Very smart, not going in for the charge. What a nice pull-up jumper.
And that was good defense on the other end by Mack to poke it away from Brogy. In the lane to Scott. Scott's shot no good. Changed by Ivory. Ivory and Scott fighting for the rebound. Nice save by Ivory to Volrath. Miller with the beautiful pass to Mack. Up off the glass and good. No look from about 26 feet.
I was still looking at Ivory saving the ball, and they were making a layup.
No look pass from Miller. Hit Mack in stride for the layup. And we're going to have a full timeout taken by the Crusaders.
What a turn of events.
I mean, that whole last sequence was incredible. The save by Ivory to Volrath. Volrath up ahead to Miller. I wish we had replay, because he threw a no-look underhand pass with the left hand to the right block, hitting Mack in stride for the layup.
I'm glad you saw it, because I was looking the other way.
Incredible.
But Rockford has been in control of this game almost the whole way. They've been winning. All of a sudden, boom, 4-point game by the Comets with 57 seconds left. The momentum really has swung now. Rockford's already looking like the Comets are going to put on the press. They got their press break ready.
And you got to be impressed with Miller playing with 4 fouls the entire quarter and still being as aggressive as he has been on defense and on the offense.
Well, he's gotten hot, though. He's made some amazing shots in the lane. Layups, pullback jumpers.
Here's Brown, no press from the Comets. He'll work his way on Volrath. Gets into the lane. Nice bounce pass over to Scott. Scott's right hand on the left side is up and good.
What a nice play. Coach is going to probably set up another one or set up his defense.
Coach Kuby will take another timeout. That'll be another full timeout. 48.7 seconds here to play.
That was huge for Rockford. Under a minute to go. 4 points is big. So we cut it. Rockford cuts it to 2. We'll see what Peoria now has in mind. I'm assuming Rockford's going to maybe put on a press, because they still got to score in 48 seconds.
And if you're enjoying this game just as much as we are, don't forget to tweet at us at LuthSports and hashtag that one LSABB2016. Let us know what you think. I don't know how if you're a basketball fan, I don't know how you're not enjoying this game. Even if you're not a basketball fan, I mean, these are 2 incredible teams. And it's a shame one of them's got to go home a loser.
Well,
not a loser, but second place.
No,
you know what I mean?
No one's a loser here, Sam. Yeah, we're going to have 2 champions. Someone's going to come home with a smaller trophy, but both of these schools and teams should be very proud of both teams. Yeah, unfortunately, someone's going to lose this game, but both teams are playing like champions.
And it'll be the Comets to inbound the ball coming out of the timeout. Here's Tolliver, who checked in for Hankin after he fouled out. Gets it into Miller. Miller working on Brown. Nice spin move. Brown riding him up the sideline. Miller into the lane. Right-hand runner. Up and good. Another tough shot for Miller.
What a clutch player.
And Tolliver was running alongside Nystrom and got a little too close. And Nystrom will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
That's 18 fouls, so we're still in the bonus. Stops the clock. As we mentioned, free throws are important. See if he can make these 2 to cut it to 2.
Nystrom had not attempted a free throw coming into today's ball game. Not for the season, but for the tournament. And his first one looks good and is good.
That was just like Brogy about 3 minutes ago. He hadn't shot a free throw all weekend either.
Comet lead now 3. Nystrom with 1 more on the way. It is up and good.
Here comes the press.
There's a quick inbounds pass from Ivory to Miller. Miller going down on the court on Brown. And he was fouled before he could make his way to the basket.
That was smart because Miller had a head of steam. He was going to make a layup, so you might as well stop him.
I believe that was Brown's fourth. The last time the scoreboard had it wrong, and I'm not sure if that's his fourth or his fifth.
That was only 6 fouls, so Peoria is going to have the ball underneath. Coach Mooney now has decided to call a timeout. He's going to decide what kind of inbound play and what he's going to do in the last 29 seconds. You're going to continue to attack and get that lead up to 4, or you're going to kind of hold it, make them foul you. We'll see what Coach Mooney has planned for his team.
29.6 seconds to play. Peoria up to 50-48. We'll give you the fouls, as you can probably see them on your screen there at home. 8 fouls for the Comets, 6 for the Crusaders. So we're shooting bonus the rest of the way. Both sides are. And like we mentioned before, the second half much better as far as the fouls go. I mean, not as many, which is
correct. We had both teams. One team was in a double bonus. The other team had 9. I think it was like championship jitters though too. They were playing so fast and so rough. Refs did a good job of controlling the game, and now you can kind of see with the 8-6.
Here's Mack to inbound.
Looking for Miller. Oh, there's Ivory.
Finds Ivory. Ivory takes a short jumper with one hand, misses, and here comes Brogy the other way. Brogy had it knocked away by Ivory temporarily. Here's Nystrom. Fake the pass inside. Now dribbles in the lane. He goes up. Right hand up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Tip it. Put back by Scott.
What a great basket with Ivory in his face.
15 seconds to go. Here comes Miller down the floor. Loses control. Stolen by Reidenbach. Reidenbach all the way. Blocked by Miller. Oh, we're going to get a foul. Miller has fouled out. Reidenbach will go to the line to shoot 2. You know what? You can't blame him. You got to make Reidenbach earn him.
Oh, yeah. Miller's so fast, so I'm wondering if he could have just blocked that. But he was coming so fast, so he had no control. But yeah, he had to stop that shot.
Had to.
What a great steal by Reidenbach. You mentioned free throws. Are we going to have a lead, or is this still going to be tied?
Reidenbach was 2 for 2 coming into today's game, and so far today he is not attempted a free throw. Here's the first. It's up and good. 6.2 seconds, plenty of time to throw the ball down the floor and get a basket.
Coach Mooney's already got his marker board out, so I'm assuming Coach Mooney's going to call a timeout either when Reidenbach makes the free throw or when Peoria gets the rebound. You're going to get a timeout. Coach Mooney's got his marker board in hand. He's got something up his sleeve for 6 seconds, I bet.
And 3 of his missed free throws. Here's the ball tapped around. Pulled down, we have a jump ball, and it's going to be Comet basketball with 4 seconds to play after the jump ball. So now.
But it's going to be full court, Sam. Oh, maybe Coach Mooney doesn't have timeout.
And here's Tolliver to inbound. Rockford up 51-50 with 4 seconds to play. Tolliver looking for somewhere to throw the ball. Finally gets it in, and it's picked off by Nystrom. Fouled by Volrath. And Nystrom will go to the line for 2 to seal the try to seal the basketball game.
That was hard with only 4 seconds left. They did need to throw it to half court. But that's a hard pass. We said those long passes weren't going anywhere today because everyone's so fast.
2.4 seconds to play. Nystrom has 2. His first is up and good. Nystrom's second is up and good. Timeout called by Mooney.
Now Coach Mooney's got the timeout and the marker board out.
That is a tough pass that deep down the floor to try to hit somebody open, especially with the way Rockford plays defense. So the Comets need a 3, down 53-50, and they were up 4 points just
about a minute ago.
Less than a minute ago, about 30 seconds ago.
It was 50-some seconds to go in the game. Look, as we mentioned before, we got 2.4 seconds where we probably will crown a champion, but I wanted to just say to both schools, what an amazing game. We talked about at the beginning of the game of looking forward. I've been looking forward to this for months, to be honest, because I've been talking to some LSA members. They said these two teams were the cream of the crop, and they did not disappoint. What an amazing effort by these young men. And that's the thing, too. These are 13, 14, 15-year-old boys. What a great, great game from both teams. Both schools should be very proud.
Here's Volrath to inbound, and the Crusaders are going to take a timeout.
Now they figured out what Peoria is going to do, so now they can set up a defense to stop it. We'll see if Coach Mooney changes things up. Once in a while, coaches will, maybe throw out that decoy, knowing that the other coach will call a timeout.
Still had a timeout available.
But as we said, this is what LSA basketball is all about. What an amazing weekend. And I want to thank the LSA for putting this on every year. They do a great job. Thanks to all the schools who come out. We got Peoria traveling miles. We had schools from Southern Illinois driving 5 hours Thursday night to come. And then we have the local schools, too, that really bring out the fans. We had some packed gyms this weekend from the local schools as well. Rockford's pulling off a little. They know that they're going to try to throw it half court.
And here's Volrath to inbound. He's going to throw it deep.
Oh, he hits the ceiling.
Hit the ceiling on the inbounds pass. Trying to, I believe, hit Ivory down on the other end. And that should just about seal it. So Williams to inbound. Only has 2.4 seconds to kill. And gets it into Nystrom. Nystrom is fouled right away by Mack. And Nystrom will go to the line for 2 more. Nystrom, who sank the free throws to give him the 3-point lead. His next is up and good, giving him a 4-point lead.
Rockford coach is yelling at us, boys, do not foul.
And the free throw is up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Ivory. Volrath will throw it the length of the floor, and that'll do it. Rockford Lutheran is your 2016 Illinois Lutheran basketball state champions. But again, we mentioned it just a couple minutes ago. No losers here, none whatsoever.
Peoria should and are proud of their team. What an amazing game. What a great game from both teams. They played so fast and so strong. We're going to see a lot of these guys in high school playing, maybe in college. Some great players. Congratulations to both schools.
So we will turn it over to the gentleman in front of the scores table for the trophy presentations, the all tournament presentation, and the sportsmanship as well. For Matt Gutzler, I'm Sam Krull. We'll see you next year. But on the other side of the table, we're doing the girls' games next year, correct?
We go alternating every year, so we'll be here for the girls next year.
And we will see you then. Thank you for listening.